So how y'all doing? Hi, Tiara. Tiara, you got your box today. Yes, thank goodness. I'm so glad. Hi, Cherie. Hey, Nicole. Amanda. Hey, Roseanne. Okay, awesome. Hair on fleek. Honey, if I showed you the back of this hair, you would be like, the hell did you do? But this is one of those days where I am not feeling the whole hair in my face, on my neck thing. I'm wanting to do this all day. So I literally take my hair in the back and I tie it all over and then just tuck stuff in wherever. This is that get up out my face look. Hey, May May. Y'all, how y'all feeling? How are y'all feeling? How is this energy treating you? Because, whew, it's been some crazy experiences happening. Like, for real. What's going on? How anybody else having any really strange? I know some people have had like really strange goings on. There's been a lot of people like hitting the inbox and just whew, in groups. I'm seeing all kinds of posts, all kinds of things. Sunday night. Sunday night, y'all, I went to bed at like 7 o'clock in the evening. Yeah, 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock, I was out. I'm a night owl. I'm usually up until like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. 7 o'clock, I laid down. And I laid down thinking I'm just gonna get me a little rest, right? I'm gonna lay right here for a minute and just breathe and just whew. And y'all, I woke up Monday morning at like 8:45. I slept for over 12 hours. Yes. Vanna, hey girl, hey, what's up? I'm feeling good today, but my emotions have been off it. Yes, Tiara, it's been crazy, right? I've been having mood swings. That other side of me has really been coming out. Like my my other half, has been like, what do you need? Let me what do you need from me? What you need me to be there for you extra right now? Like, what do you need? He recognizing because but in truthfulness, we swapped places because last week this was him. His emotions was everywhere. And I was like, all I can do for you is hold space from over here, though, because if you come to me with all that crazy, we're gonna have a problem. So over here, I'm gonna hold space for you. Okay. Yes, a lot of anger. Oh my goodness. Vonna, thank you, girl. Thank you. Nice nap on Sunday. Yeah, just driving. On Sunday I went and visited with my husband. I got to see him for a while. And then I did a talk on Sunday at a women's facility. And the energy in those places, oh my goodness. Oh my wow. Just, it's hard. It's hard. And a lot of people, like everybody's going through a lot of emotional stuff. A lot of it is coming from past hurts and experiences and things just rising to the surface, and things even that people thought that they have dealt with already, that's already done and over with and everything, those things are coming back around. We talked about before how like healing is done in layers. Okay, so you know how in the universe is things go in a spiral, right? So you may pass the same thing more than one time, but you get something different from it every time. And it's the same thing with your healing. With your healing, you know, it starts here. You start in this little area, and then the circle gets bigger, and you go around and around, and it gets wider and wider. But every time you're healing something on a deeper level, but those things that you're healing, it's like it gets easier. As it gets wider, it gets a little easier in a different way. I mean, you know, like some things may be hard still, but it gets easier in that you know what to do. Like once you go through that first 1 or 2 stages, it's like, okay, all right. So now it's like riding a bike. So the next thing that comes up, it's like, boom, okay, I got this. I know what I'm supposed to be doing. I can move through this a little bit better. Yes, Roseanne, anger. Whew. Yesterday, my anger was like off the scale. It was off the charts. I was angry with everybody, everything. I was angry with the universe. I was angry with everything. Listen, I was angry with my ancestors yesterday. And that just doesn't happen. I was angry with my ancestors yesterday, and I sat down and I talked to them because I'm gonna tell y'all something. um, we have conversations like I'm talking to y'all, okay? So I get in front of my ancestors altar and I just talk. I just spill it, okay? I talk to them the way that I talked to my grandmother before she passed and my grandfather. So we have actual conversations. I'm never rude, never disrespectful. You don't disrespect the ancestors. Don't play with your life like that, okay? I don't do that. But I do talk. I do say, I say what I'm feeling and how I'm feeling, and I just need to get this out, and I need some guidance or something, because listen, that part. Yeah, Tiara, that kind of like that restless kind of feeling. It's a reason for all of that. And being with your animals and your children and your plants is like, that's a great thing to do right now. Yes. Thank you, Megan. Money has been wonky. Yeah. Yeah. Um, for the money thing, we coming up on a new moon. It's manifestation time. Open them doors. Do you a petition to the universe, to Saint Expedite, whoever you got to do it to, and start manifesting what you need. Yes. Um, Tierra, for your ancestors' altar, it doesn't have to be intricate. I have a floating shelf that I hung on the wall, and I put all of their stuff on that shelf. My son bought me a y'all ever seen those triangular shaped shelves? They usually have like the moon phases across the bottom of them or something like that. And it has like three shelves on it. My son bought me one of those 2 or 3 years ago when we went to visit Savannah. I found it in this little shop, and I loved it. So he bought me that, and I actually it just seemed like it needed to go on their space. So I stuck it on their space. But an altar, an ancestor's altar, can be so super simple. Even if, like, a lot of people put up pictures. I do have a couple pictures up of those ancestors that I knew. But you can write the names of ancestors on a piece of paper, the ones you know, and then just write, you know, for those that you don't know, those unknown ancestors, just write that, unknown ancestors. Give them a candle and a cup of water and burn some incense. They happy. The deal is with your ancestors, they want to see that you are wanting to interact with them. If you are putting forth that effort, once you start putting forth that effort, they start coming closer. Okay. So a couple times a week, I have coffee with my ancestors. I make some coffee for me. I make them a cup of coffee and put it up there. A couple times a week, I may stick some candy up there, a couple pieces of candy up there. My grandmother, she used to love those little orange slices that you get, like they have them at a gas station. Those little orange slices were like one of her favorite things. She and my grandfather both like ginger snap cookies. I will buy stuff like that. And my daughter likes all that stuff because if my grandparents were not alive when she was born, I would swear she was one of them reincarnated, okay? But she and my grandmother were very, very close. And so those, you know, I buy those little snacks, and she can eat whatever's left in the pack, but we always put stuff up there for them. Throw coins up there. I put coins up there. I put money up there sometimes. Different, you know, different little things, whatever you feel led to put up there, but you can do the very basics with just a candle and a glass of water. The water is like everything. Put the water up there. That's like the main thing that you need to have, the water, and then, you know, names or pictures. You got an ancestors altar. I've seen somebody have an ancestors altar in their windowsill. It was the only space that they had. They had a small apartment, only space that they had. And so that's what they did. They just, you know, stuck it on the windowsill. And our ancestors are not difficult. They just want to know that you're remembering them, you know, and bringing them into your space. I really want to see my comments on this computer, because when my battery dies, oh, bam, found it. My battery dies on my phone. I don't want it to be a problem. All right, so I got it. I got it to come up. Okay, so, hey, Nikki. All right, so what I wanted to talk about today, and I did not put it as the topic for today, but on Sunday when I had that nice, long, 13-hour and 45-minute sleep, I had a lot of transmissions and downloads. I've had some very interesting spirits visit with me that I've never interacted with before, from different backgrounds. I'm actually researching and learning about them. And listen, I'm gonna tell you just a little, you know, sidetrack kind of thing. Don't rush yourself and push yourself trying to learn about all these different spirits and all that kind of stuff. Give it time, because they will just come. Okay, they will come, and take your time, learn about them. There's like thousands of deities and spirits and all kinds of stuff. You will never learn them all anyway, so just be easy with yourself. It's okay. Lavette, and I hope I said your name right. Oh, girl, I like that middle name. Hey, girl. Any kind of candles acceptable? Yeah. I have had scented candles on my ancestors' altar. The big, you know, the big jars with whatever scents in them. I've had scented candles up there. Go to the Dollar Tree. Hit up the Dollar Tree. They have those, the white 7-day candles. Get those. Just make sure that you clean them. Smudge them and clean them. I do that. I use tea lights, and one of the great things about the tea lights is because I let my children interact. My daughter specifically. Okay, I'm gonna have to stop saying that. Okay, my daughter is 10. She's the only child that I have left. My son is 20 years old. He's not a kid. So I let her do a tea light whenever she feels led to do so. She puts a tea light up there and she can light it. And the great thing about the tea lights is, you know, they go out on their own after a certain amount of time. So like my 7-day candle, I do that one on the day that, you know, or whatever time that I'm going to be sitting there with them for a while. And you do that. They want that interaction. Okay. So sit there and spend time with them, talk to them, that kind of thing. So with that, I do my 7-day candle for that. Or if I am petitioning them for something, if I'm asking them for something, I will use my 7-day candle. But now otherwise, yeah, we just do the tea lights. And that's just my remembrance thing. I speak to them every morning. Every morning. It's part of my ritual to start my day. My gratitude statements when I get up, go brush my teeth. I do not go and talk to them when I got the dragon breath. You don't do that. That's rude. You wouldn't do that in life. Don't be doing that now because they done passed, okay? You be messing around and hear your grandma telling you about yourself. So I go brush my teeth, I wash my face, and, you know, get myself, do my shower and get all situated. While I'm doing that, I'm making those gratitude statements. I'm saying my affirmations. I'm getting myself together. When I come back in here before I do my meditation, I swing by my ancestors' altar and give them a good morning. Hey, how you doing? We get y'all some coffee, or, you know, refresh the water. I might light that tea light candle, and then I go into my meditation. And my meditation is only like 10 minutes. Okay. It's little ways you can move all this stuff around and incorporate it into your daily life. Hey, Nydia, Kundalini Amaru. Hey, hey, hey. I like that name right there. Okay. All right. So there's that. But okay, let me get back on track. See how y'all let me get sidetracked. Y'all are no good for keeping me on track, okay? Well, have me in here talking for 3 hours, and y'all know I could do it. I know Vonna done seen me talk for 3 hours. We ran out of time in the manifestation webinar. Okay, so the downloads, the transmissions that I was getting on Sunday night, when I tell you they took me everywhere, I was somewhere everywhere in some very interesting places, okay? Things every now and then. Find out who it is that's speaking. Nikki, ask. Just, I mean, really, straight up, just ask them who's talking to you. If they can tell you, like, you hear actual words and things. So when they're talking to you, ask them who it is. That is who's talking to me. And if they don't want to tell you verbally, or if they can't get that across verbally, because I know that sometimes you get things and the words, don't come out quite like clear, or sometimes it comes across in a feeling instead of an actual word. So if it's something like that, you can always ask them to show themselves to you, and that may mean that when you go to sleep, you'll get a visit in your dream or something like that. So yeah, just ask them. That's what I do. I ask those questions. Let me know. And sometimes it'll come up in a feeling, because especially if it's someone that you knew, like if it's my grandmother, she will give me a feeling, or I know her energy. You know what I mean? Or it may come in a sign. Like if I see ladybugs, especially if a ladybug lands on me, if a ladybug lands on my skin, that's my grandma. I don't care where I'm at. It could be 5,000 ladybugs in the area, and I can see every one of them. If one of them touch me, though, that's my grandma, because I used to call her Ladybug. So, all right, let me see. Hi, Shan. Thank you for stopping in. All right, so the transmissions. I listen. I was all over the world, or the underworld, or the overworld. I was all over, somewhere, everywhere. I was exhausted when I woke up Monday morning. I woke up one Monday morning like, dang, I need a nap. But at the same time, very energized. Okay. The transmissions that I was getting was about everything that is going on in the cosmos right now. So I am going to try to explain this. I study astrology, okay? But I don't consider myself to be an astrologist, because I understand things the way that I understand things. But if I have to give it all back to you, I may take you in circles before I get there. Okay. So I'm going to try to explain it as best I can. We know that the energies at play right now have been all year pushing us towards healing and transformation. I've been saying that all year. I have been pressing and pressing and pressing. I know some of y'all are probably like, she's on this loop recorder, right? Saying the same thing over and over and over. but there is a reason, okay? 2020 is bringing, I've heard people call it a 2020 conjunction, where we are basically settling into a new timeline. That's really like the summary of what's happening. We're settling into a new timeline come 2020. Okay. So right now, where we are, all of the healing that we're doing is preparing us. It's going through, like, your healing takes you through a slow transformation process, so that come 2020, you're a different person. Your situations are different. Your life is different. Everything. Yeah. So, what is happening, and why this big push? The planets that are at play. Okay, so all of the planets are not on this one line and just all circling around the sun, right? You have like two lines. If you ever see one of those diagrams, you have the two lines, one that's going around here and one that's going around here, right? Okay. Saturn comes around every 28 to 29 years. Okay. Saturn controls time. And Saturn is considered to be a judgment. Okay, that the reason why is because Saturn controls time. It's like a reset. Okay, so when Saturn comes around, Saturn is issuing out consequences and rewards. That's what it is. And we are at that point right now. Right now, Saturn's coming by. So by the time Saturn has made its loop and is going on by, boom, there's your reset. Okay, so what's happening is right now, as you're healing, as you are kicking out old stuff, releasing old stuff, raising your vibrations. You hear me say that all the time about raising your vibrations. You're hitting like a karmic reset button. Okay. Your whole year has been about healing and transformation can be very painful. It can be very painful. And nobody ever told you it was easy, but it is worth it though, especially right now, because think about the struggles that you've had over the last 12 to 15 years. Okay. You can hit that karmic reset button. So you're not there anymore, period. These things that you're healing and releasing, not just your internal stuff. Of course, you want to heal and release that too, because you don't want to carry that with you into the next cycle. But healing and releasing even these karmic relationships in your life. And listen, let me tell you something. I'm not just talking about your like love, intimacy type relationships. I'm talking about everybody. We have toxic family members. You have toxic family members, and you will never, ever, ever, ever in your life hear me be one of those people that tells you, oh, you have to work that out and you got to forgive them because that's your aunt or that's your cousin or, y'all family. Blood is thicker than water. Let me tell you something. Blood will sometimes hurt you faster and cut you deeper than complete strangers. Somebody that you just met 5 minutes ago can have better intentions for you than some of your family members. That's just a reality. That's a cold reality. Some people don't see family like that. That's just what it is. If you have people in your life, I don't care their relationship. When you have people in your life that are toxic, they gotta go. And toxic things have to go. Toxic situations, toxic choices, toxic thought processes. This is a part of your healing. Toxic thought processes. All of that has to go. How long do we have to reset? When is this going to happen? This is coming in January. The time is coming. The time is winding down really fast. That's why you hear I keep pushing with that, doing this healing. It's coming. Time is running out. Okay, the lunar eclipse that we had last month around the full moon, that lunar eclipse was like the alarm going off that was saying, hey, ding, 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 ding. Okay, been warning you all this time. The warnings have been coming for the last year and a half, and you ain't doing what you're supposed to be doing. Get in gear and get it together. That's what's happening right now. Been the worst. My love and family. Yep. Listen, I'm good for cutting folks off. I have reached that age and stage. Listen, y'all, I'm almost 40 years old. Okay. My next birthday, I will be 40 years old. The first half of my life, I put up with things a little bit more than normal, than what was required. I put up with all kinds of things. This second half of my life, though, ain't nobody finna stress me the hell out. Nope. I'm living my life drama free. I'm like Mary J. Blige right here. No more drama. If you are stressing me out, if things are stressing me out, people, places, everything, no. Nope. It's got to go. And I don't care who it is. Friends, family, the dog. Okay. Everybody, everything has to go. I'm not handling any stress. I don't want it. If it is not contributing to my health, to my growth, to my success, if it is not in some way helping me, helpful, supportive, lending to my health with my spirit, nope. No. And see, here's the thing. Not everybody is going to agree with your path or with your journey. That's fine. There's a difference between someone not agreeing and somebody stressing you the hell out. Okay? You're not finna bring your negativity and stuff into my space. I'm not finna do it. No. Space is sacred. My energy is sacred. Keep all the negativity out there somewhere. Okay? Okay? And see, I got to be specific about things like that. That's not to say like, you know, a friend having a problem coming in, like venting frustrations to you. That's not the same thing as bringing you negativity. I'm talking about somebody that's actually aiming negativity at me and wanting to like just constantly bring stress and drama and toxic energy into my life. That's a different thing. I'm not putting up with that kind of stuff. I don't recommend nobody put up with that kind of stuff. And I don't care if you are 22 years old. I don't care if you 16. Some of the girls in my girls group that I mentor, I tell them the same thing. Set your boundaries early. Set your boundaries early, because here's the other part of that. People gonna treat you the way that you allow them to treat you. So if you're teaching people with the way that you handle yourself, with what you accept and all of that, you teach people how to love you, how to care for you. Okay, I'm gonna leave that alone, because next Friday we have a self-love talk and ritual. It's gonna be live. It's free. Come on in, because we'll talk about that more in depth next week. Anyway, Vanna, the animal screaming at you. Nikki, I love you too. That's right. And you know what, Diamond, level up or vibrate out. Exactly. That's exactly what's happening right now. So let me get back on track. Y'all, for real, I made myself notes to follow, okay? So that I would not get sidetracked and be all over everywhere. And y'all just don't be stopping me. Y'all don't be like, hey, get back on track, woman. Y'all don't do it. So here's the thing. With Saturn, we have a couple of planets at play. There's Saturn at play, there's Pluto, and there's Jupiter. Now, we talked about Saturn comes around every 28, 29 years. And it's like, Saturn is kind of like saying there's going to be a sort of judgment day to this thing, okay? That's kind of what it is. And this is our crunch time, okay? Heal, release, open yourself up. By healing and releasing, we've talked about how, you know, it's kind of like dropping the bags. So your hands are open like this so you can receive, right? Because there's amazing things out in the universe for you right now. Saturn rules time. Once Saturn leaves, you have just like set a cycle for yourself. Okay. So right now, everything that you're releasing, you're breaking karmic cycles, you're breaking karmic patterns, getting rid of those relationships. You literally can move forward right now, karmic debt free. It's like fixing your credit. Okay. You can literally move forward karmic debt free. You can release past life stuff right now. And when you do things like that, remember that you heal generations going forward and you heal generations going back. You release karma, like generational karma. This is major time, okay? And the thing is, this happens every 28 to 29 years. People aren't always conscious and aware. So they don't realize it, they don't take advantage. We know now, okay? We're awake. We know what's going on. Take advantage, okay? So let these things go. So the next few months, we know our crunch time. So we talked about life being like a spiral, and we're going around, right? People get stuck in karmic loops, though. What's a karmic loop? Okay, so that spiral, spiral starts here, and then it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, right? But when you don't learn your lessons, when you don't take the instructions that the universe is giving you, when you don't do what you're supposed to do, you accept these people, like what Medea say, you take those seasonal people and try to make them lifetime people, and you feel it, right? You get a reward for everything that you do in your life, whether it's negative or whether it's positive. Those negatives, we call those consequences. Okay. But you get rewarded for everything, right? So what happens is when you don't listen, instead of advancing to the next level and elevating, you keep going around and around in circles. Around and around in circles. What is that called when you do the same thing over and over and over again? Expecting a different result, but doing the same thing over and over and over again. That's called insanity. And none of us insane on here. So do the same thing. Do something different, right? Do something different, fix it so you don't have to do the same thing over and over and over again. Okay, so we want to go ahead and release that. So this is why I have been pushing so much for the healing, right? Because Saturn it's only going to be here for so long. So people are going to soon be being given what it is that they have earned. Your earning is coming from your healing. Your earning is coming from your releasing. Your earning is coming from doing the work. Do the hard work. Nothing in life is free, ever. It's not free. You have to earn it. You got to work for it. You got to do what. Okay, hard heads make soft behinds. Y'all ain't heard that in a long time. My granddad used to say that. I'm gonna consider that him being all up in this space right now. So people are going to be given what they've earned based on the work that they've done. Okay. Saturn loves to reward. So there's major things that are in store for those people who actually get in there and do the work. Okay. But then on the flip side, now on like kind of off to the side right here, we got Jupiter in the mix. Jupiter's job is all about expansion. Jupiter is expanding, and Jupiter expands on what else is there. Okay. Jupiter expands on what's already there. So here's the thing. If you're healing, if you're releasing things, now you're open to receiving. All those things that Saturn is trying to bring to you, Jupiter slips on in there and just expands those things. So you've heard me say a lot that this is an amazing time for manifestation. I keep saying that, right? Oh, what is that? Okay. I keep saying that it's an amazing time for manifestation. This is why it's an amazing time for manifestation. Jupiter is all up in here trying to like give you the best of everything. Saturn is saying, here, you wanted that kind of career? Let me open this door for you. And Jupiter is sliding right on up in there like, we're just going to take this whole wall out right here. There you go. The whole building is open. Walk on up in there. Just take the whole company. Okay, I'm not being literal. Don't nobody go and apply for a job thinking that they're going to be the CEO right away. That's all I'm saying. But Jupiter comes in and is expanding. Maybe you get that job that you've been wanting to get, and you were expecting to get $18 an hour. Throwing out a number, okay? But then you get up in there and they're like, oh yeah, you are perfect for this job. And the pay rate is $27.50 an hour. This is not what you was expecting, right? But hey, Jupiter done got up in there and expanded that thing. That is Jupiter's job. Jupiter comes in and expands what is already there, okay? So let's look at this on the flip side though. You don't do the work. You still vibrating way down here. You still dealing with all the karmic relationships and karmic just gunk, okay? Jupiter still swooping on up in there and going to expand on all of that. So all the misery, all of the struggle, all of the hardships, all of the pain, all of the agony that you have been dealing with already up until this point, you know how you've been feeling a major increase over the last few days? You've been feeling that major increase with how you're feeling emotionally, whatever it is, has been surfacing and expanding. You can expect that to be your life. And since Saturn only comes around like every 28 to 29 years, you basically are looking at a sentence. You're looking at a prison sentence. You are going to karmic prison and you are looking at a prison sentence. That's what you're going to be dealing with for the next 28, 29 years. So in essence, you're basically deciding the rest of your life right now. Yeah, you're basically making that decision right now. Okay. So you basically are saying, welcome to 28, 29 years of hell. Who wants to do that? Who really, really wants to do that? Nobody. But those that do the work, baby, you're gonna bloom and flourish and prosper in amazing, amazing ways. You're literally deciding on your future. All right, so there's also this theme that's happening right now, though, between Capricorn and Cancer. Cancer is your intuition, okay? Capricorn is bringing the consequences of not listening to your intuition. Every single person that I have been talking to has told me this stuff has been surfacing. They've been feeling like they need to do this. They've been feeling like they need to do that. But some of them just haven't done it. Now, some of it has just been from a sheer point of, I don't know where to start. You don't know where to start? Get you some help. Talk to somebody. Come get some spiritual coaching. Come on up in here. I got appointments available. Come get you some spiritual coaching. If you don't want to do your spiritual coaching with me, you don't have to. I know some other spiritual coaches. I will hook you up with a referral, okay? Get you some help if you're needing that help. Get into one of these women's groups, women's circles, something. Do whatever you got to do to relieve this stuff. Because here's the thing. Bottom line for me, bottom line is, I don't want to see anybody in my community repeating the same cycles for the next 28, 29 years. Honey, that will be painful to watch. I don't want to watch you do that. Not when I know that you don't have to do that. Okay? It's not necessary. Do the work. Do the work. You got this. Okay? Listen to your intuition, because Capricorn is coming back. You know, Capricorn came through to be like, okay, July was Cancer season. You had one of them last year too. Cancer's telling you to get in there and get healed, and you haven't done it. So let me ring this alarm for you. Okay? Let me ring this alarm for you and go ahead and tell you that you're running out of time. Okay? So Capricorn is also rules time. So we got a lot of things happening right now that rule time. Pluto's in the background. Pluto's job is transformation. That's the transformation that you have right now. Okay? So Saturn and Capricorn are push the healing. Time is running out. Time is winding down. You finna go into that next cycle, the next karmic cycle. Okay, Jupiter swooping in here. Let me just expand everything that you got going on and go ahead and expand all of that. Pluto's back here in the background, getting to the root of things. Root of things. People that have been saying that things are coming to the surface that they thought that they had already dealt with, and it's like, why is this coming back? Oh my gosh, because there's little things at the root that still need to be worked on, still need to be figured out. And Pluto is making sure that you get all of it out, get all of it taken care of, and boom, pushed on up out the way, so that you're able to reap the greatest rewards. Okay? Get rid of that stuff, transform it into something better, so that you're able to get the maximum benefits from your work, right? Okay, so you know what you need to do. You know what needs to be healed. You know what you got to release and thrown all the way out. You already know. You know these things. So 2020 is going to set in motion that next cycle. It's either going to advance you in your evolution, or you can stay in that same karmic loop. Me personally, I am not insane. Okay? I might be a little crazy, but I'm not insane. I'm not staying in no karmic loops. I'm not finna do it, okay? I'm not doing it. I'm just not. I don't want these struggles no more. I'm all about elevation, okay? That's where I'm trying to get to. So you get to choose. Are you going to keep expanding? Are you going to evolve? Okay, so let's talk about some of these karmic relationships. Just a little bit. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail with these. I will have to do a whole separate talk for karmic relationships, because Lord. All right, they're draining. They're toxic. And like we said, they can be family members, okay? Here's the deal. Here's how you will know if it's a toxic relationship, okay? for one thing, you feel drained with that person every time, all the time. But the other thing is your karmic bonds with these people will keep you from expanding in every other area of your life. I don't care if this is a friend. As long as you are dealing with that person, because here's the thing, we know how energy works, okay? That's why I'm always saying to raise your vibrations, because you attract things from the universe based on your frequency. Y'all hear my dogs are crazy. You attract things from the universe based on the frequency that you're on. So if you're vibrating, you vibrating down here, okay? You vibrating down here. You can't expect to get opportunities from up here. It's just not gonna happen, okay? So when you have somebody that's toxic, they're draining your energy, you're allowing that into your space, is in your energy space, that's keeping you vibrating down here. You got to release those, because it will put everything else in your life on a standstill. Everything. You won't be able to advance at work. You won't enjoy your relationships with other people, not to the fullest, not to the capacity that you could, because you are holding on to something that's toxic. You have to release those things. Once you release those, keep those relationships that help build you, those relationships that help support you, those relationships that raise your vibration up here. You ever got into you talking to somebody, or get into a group of people, and you walk into that, you might even be feeling like blah when you go in, but by the time you leave them, your energy is high, your spirit feels light, you are happy. When you are doing that, those are the relationships you keep them. Those are the good ones, okay? You want to get rid of anything that's not in alignment with where you are trying to go, okay? That's why. So the key to vibrating higher frequency music and meditation, Tiara, it's way bigger than just music and meditation. It's everything in your life. What's that lady's name on I think it's Marie something. The Asian lady that is going in and like helping people declutter their homes and getting rid of all of the stuff that they just don't need, don't use, is just taking up space. Like that's essentially like what you're gonna do all over your life, but with everything, with people, with stuff, with everything, anything. You basically are just decluttering your life. Clutter weighs you down. It weighs you down. And that can be people, that can be stuff, that can be even some of the responsibilities. If you are a person that you take on more than what you can really handle, or like you fill your plate too much with stuff, even that is clutter. That's clutter. You're taking on things that don't belong to you. Get rid of it. Marie Kondo, yeah, her. I watched her a couple times. I actually Marie Kondo'd my house after watching her. I was like, she got a real good point. Pew, get rid of all this stuff. Okay, and then I bought more stuff. But we're not going to talk about that. So you want to declutter. You're basically decluttering your life. That's how you raise your vibrations. Get rid of anything that drags you down. The other part to that, aside from getting rid of anyone that's dragging you down, aside from that, you invite in gratitude. Get into a gratitude space. If you ever have a one-on-one with me, I'm probably going to mention gratitude at some point during that time. I'm probably going to do it, because I talk about gratitude all the time, because the more that you're in that gratitude space, the more you will find to be grateful for. And the more that you find to be grateful for, the more, like, the happier you will be, right? That's raising your vibrations. And the higher your vibrations go, the more grateful you are, the more the universe hears that. The universe literally is responding to every single frequency that you put out. That comes from your thoughts, your words, ideas that you may have, your feelings, everything. So if you're in a space of gratitude all the time, and I'm thankful for this, I'm thankful for that. Listen, find a way to be thankful for those struggles and for those setbacks that you have. Find a way. Look at it as a learning experience. That's my big thing. Okay, This is happening. It's kind of frustrating, but this is an opportunity for me to learn something, for me to grow. I am thankful for the opportunity to learn and to grow. That's it. It's always like, look for the silver. Yes, looking on the bright side. Look for that silver lining. I'm thankful for the opportunity to grow. Okay. How about looking at, I don't know how to do this. I just did something. Oh, okay. Looking at, say, for example, you are on your way somewhere. You're supposed to be out the door at 4:30. It's 4:45 and you still trying to get out the door, or your car won't start or whatever, and it starts late, or you get stuck in traffic. There's a traffic jam and you're stuck and it's taking 30 minutes longer. Okay. That's ever happened to you? Have you ever checked the news afterwards about that route and found out what was going on? That's happened to me. And it was right after somebody pointed out to me that I should be grateful for all of these delays and stuff in my life. And I'm like, but they're making me late. I don't like to be late. What you mean? I'm working on my image and I got to be punctual, right? Okay. But then messed around, and that happened to me right afterwards, and found out there was a 6-car pileup on the same route that I was taking. There was a 6-car pileup. Not long before I got on my route, further down, there was a 6-car pileup, and only one person survived that pileup. I could have been one of them people that's covered up in the sheet on the side of the road, right? That was my wake-up call. That was like, oh, okay, you know what? My ancestors and stuff was looking out for me, and here I am being aggravated and upset and frustrated and going off and all of that stuff. How ungrateful are you when you behave that way? Think about it like your children. You have kids. When we tell our children no to something, they don't like it. They get frustrated. They get aggravated. They're upset. It could be something that is looking out for their safety, right? We're looking out for their safety. We're looking out for their best interest. Their children, they don't understand that. They don't get the greater picture. So they're frustrated. They're aggravated. They're falling out and acting like they don't have good sense. And we over here like, but my experience though, my spiritual gifts is telling me you ain't supposed to be over there, or you're not supposed to have that, or whatever. So I'm gonna stick with this and you can be mad over there. Well, the universe and our ancestors are just like that. They're doing what's in our best interest, even when we don't realize that they're doing what's in our best interest. Learn how to be in gratitude, even when you don't understand the reasoning for whatever is happening, whatever is going on. Learn how to stay in that space of gratitude. Right now, release, heal and release. Get into alignment with where you are trying to be. Because listen, Saturn is here is to deliver us from these crazy karmic cycles and toxicity and all of that stuff. We're not trying to take that with us. Now is the time. While you're releasing that, you're going into the next cycle. This is the time for stepping into fully into your personal power. We are being called to live truly and fully in our authentic selves. Okay? That means releasing all this other crap, all of this baggage that we're carrying around. That is not our authentic selves. No. I'm not miserable. I'm not unhappy. I'm not toxic. My authentic self is not vibrating down here somewhere. That's no, and neither is yours. That's not what it is. So anything that's not in alignment, it has to go right now. This has been the message for a while. Now, this is the first time that they've ever given me like taking me out into the cosmos so I actually see the planets moving and stuff. This is the first time they've done something like that. It's a little trippy, but you know, I trust. So I'm just like, cool. I'm a little dizzy, but cool. Okay. But so things are surfacing. The alarm has been sounded. Our little recap right here. Learn the lessons or don't learn the lessons. You're going to get a reward either way. You get to choose if it's a reward or if it's some consequences. Okay. You get to choose what that is. That's where we are. You get to heal or you stay stuck. You release or you stay weighed down. 2020, come January, guys, this is taking effect in January. January 2020, those new cycles, those rewards and consequences, is for what's done right now. Work on it now, because let me tell you something, that time flies by fast. Y'all know how it is when it's rolling down to Christmas and your children waiting on them toys. We get to August and it's like, oh my God, I guess I better go ahead and start working on this money for Christmas, because stuff is expensive now, right? Okay. Well, we're almost there. This stuff is going to pass by quickly. This time is going to just fly right on by. Okay. Go ahead and get to working on it. Saturn, ruler of time, the judge, that's him. Jupiter, expander of all things. And Jupiter is also a judgment. That's why he expands things. He's expanding on the sentence that Saturn is handing out. Okay. Saturn and Capricorn handing out these sentences, and Jupiter's over here like, yep, 28, 29 years. Let me hook that up for you. Saturn, see, I feel like I see Jupiter, you know, in the old days when the judge gives the sentence for somebody to be like beheaded or something, and the guy walks out with the hood thing on, and he's the one that pulls the thing for the guillotine to slam down on somebody. That's Jupiter. Okay, so the judge says this is what's gonna happen. Jupiter put on his gloves and his cap, and he come on in and be like, yep, let me make sure that this gets carried out to the fullest extent. Okay, the fullest. So this is what we're doing. Okay, this is what Jupiter is doing. And then Pluto, you got Pluto over here in the background. Pluto's getting to the root. So all this stuff that you're feeling surfacing, so the executioner, Tiara, thank you, girl, my words. So Pluto's over here getting to the root of things and transforming everything, making sure that everything is going in the direction it's supposed to go in. Okay, it's giving you, Pluto is basically giving you the things that you need to do. It's giving you it's your task list. Okay, Pluto is over here snatching stuff up to the surface, like, okay, you got to do this, you got to do that. Okay, so what is it exactly that you need to do? Do you need to be perfect? Do you have to heal like every single thing in your life by this time? Is that what you have to do? Is that the pressure and the weight that we are under right now? No. Okay. So now that I've scared the daylights out of everybody, let me go ahead and kind of just put this into a little more perspective. Your job right now is to take steps, take action. Okay. Make an effort. You do not have to be completely 100% healed. If you can be, that's the best thing, okay? Because you really don't want to take any of this stuff with you into the next cycle. You really don't want to do that. But Saturn wants to see the effort being put in. That's the thing. It's like when your kids go to school, okay? And we know report cards are going to come up, right? Report cards are going to come up. If you've seen your child at the kitchen table, they are doing homework, they are studying every day, they are, Mom, I need help, I'm not understanding this right here, I need a tutor, and they have been struggling, but you are seeing all that effort that they put in, and your baby brings you a report card that has a D on it. Are you going to be so upset and punish this child that has truly struggled, but truly put forth all the effort? You done seen the tears, sweat, and everything that go into it. Are you going to punish that child for getting that D when they really, really, really have been trying? I'm not. I'm going to tell you right now that I'm not. I'm going to support my kid, and I'm going to be like, okay, listen, this was rough, but let's figure out what else we can do to help you get this, get this down. Now, this is going to be a different story now, though. When you got that kid that see the problem over here and is like, I'll do it later. I'm going to go play on the PlayStation. I'm going to play with my Xbox. I got a football game to go to. I'm going to do this later. And then I don't never see them sitting at the table doing no work. I don't see them doing anything. And then bring me a report card with a D. You'd have forgot who your mama was. Right. Okay. So no, that's Saturn. Saturn is fair. Jupiter is fair. They're fair judges. Okay. So you're going to get rewarded based on your effort. Okay. That's what they're wanting to do. So take the steps. Take the steps. You want to be moving forward. If you start working on it now, you're going to have movement. You're going to have improvement. If you need help, please reach out. Please reach out. Let's get this done, okay? Let's get this done. That way you're moving towards being in alignment with your authentic self, because that's the basis of all of this, is to get you to a point where you are standing fully and completely in your personal power. We've talked about this, ladies. We've talked a whole lot about connecting to and activating that divine feminine energy, right? Heal your womb, get rid of all the cords, get rid of all the, we've been talking about this stuff all year. This is what we have been dealing with. This is what we have been talking about. Standing fully and completely in your personal power, connecting completely to yourself, connecting fully to all of that. That's what you're being called to do. If you do that, if you take that effort and you move towards it, that's what's going to allow you to reap all of the rewards. And Saturn loves to reward, good or bad. Saturn loves to reward. Okay, so this is where you can get the big rewards, and you're going to see it. You are going to see it. Okay, you're going to see it in other people around you. Those people who've been acting like they're trying to heal but not really been doing anything, you're going to see that, because everything around them is going to start like crumbling and turning to dust. But all of these lovelies that have been working on themselves are going to start coming up. It's where you're going to start seeing things truly shift. Some people, if you've gotten a reading from me about your future, and I have told you that by the end of this year, things are going to be way different for you. Your situation is going to be way better. You're going to be leveled way up. This is why. This is because I see where you have been doing the work. The universe sees where you have been doing the work. Saturn sees where you have been doing the work. That Jupiter energy is like, I agree with you. Been doing the work 100%. Let me get in here and expand some things. Woof. That right there. Okay. So that's it right there. And the tests are coming up. Okay. Tests are coming up. Exes, I see that. Old flame. Old flames. All these old flames and stuff trying to step back in. Negro, it's the reason why you in the past. I don't want you. Old flames coming back in. New flames too. New flames are trying to step in. People stepping in like, new folks trying to step in. No, don't be trying to distract me and getting me over here on the side somewhere. No. And I married a crazy person. I'm just saying. Y'all gonna meet him one day. He gonna be up in here and be on the camera. And when you look at him, you're gonna be like, yeah, he look off. He look off. Don't be trying to come over here. No, and that's not my karma. He gonna be somebody else's karma. Vonna, who called you out? Girl, would I do that? Nikki, that might be best, but have to look at that and see. And really, quite honestly, I'm going to tell you something. If there's people that you've been trying to connect with and it has been incredibly, incredibly difficult for you to connect, that is another part of that transmission. When those things are happening, y'all watched on Hitch, right? On Hitch, where Eva Mendes is sitting in the little lounge and the dude comes over with a really cheesy pickup line. And Chip, his name is Chip. And she was telling him that she's not interested, and he kept trying, and she was like, that was not code for try harder. That's the universe right now. When you're trying to connect with these people and you hitting these blockages and you trying to find other ways to maneuver around and get over there. I'm bad for that myself, because I am one of those, like, I'm a master manifester, right? I can have what I want. So if I get a block, let me just do one of these little blockbuster candles and boom, I'm getting what I want, right? And the universe will give it to you. But they're going to throw you some blockages first to let you know that's your signal. Those blockages are like, mm-mm, mm-mm. And then when you try again, the next blockage is, that is not code for try harder, stupid. But then when you try that third or fourth time, sometimes the universe be like, okay, big dummy, let me let you go ahead and go over here and do this since you just really want to learn this lesson the hard way. Go ahead. Yeah. Yeah. That's Saturn. I'm just gonna say that's like Saturn. That is like Saturn. And that real hard lesson that you get where you fall and you bust your butt, got all the bruises and the pain and lower back pain and needing the ice pack and all that, that's Jupiter. That's Jupiter like, he tried to tell you, and I just made sure that you fell real hard in the hopes that you get this lesson and so you won't do it the next time. But the difficulty here is 28, 29 years of this, guys. We don't get the second chance to fix this. Now, will you be able to fix things along the way? Will you be able to kind of climb out of these cycles and stuff? Yeah, you can. But the amount of work that it's going to take for you to do that is going to be, it's nearly impossible. That's really what it is. I never like to say that anything is impossible, but it is like nearly impossible. It is like the difference between you going through quicksand and you walking through a little stream of water. A little stream of water, that's something that don't come up like over your ankles, right? And you're not sinking into it very much. You kind of sink in the sand just a little bit, but it's a little stream, right? So you just la 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 go on across it. Quicksand, the more you try to move, the further you sink. You need help to get up out of there. Somebody else has to come through and try to pull you up out of there. And if you too far in the quicksand, it still don't work. You're gonna sink, you're gonna die. Okay, so let's not do that, right? Let's just not do that. Let's stay over here on the stream side. Let's go through this. Let's take the easy route to expand. Okay. You want the rewards. The rewards are going to be expansion, growth, prosperity. I love that word, prosperity. I just like to hear that word, prosperity. And love. Those people that have been waiting for their wonderful love to come, their deep love to come. I've had so many people that are messaging for readings, and in the reading, that's what they want to know. When are they going to experience this great love? Your great love is going to come when you have done the work that you're supposed to do. Your job is to work on you. That's what I get from most people. For most people, the cards will come up and say, right now, your job is to be working on you. You're getting to that place of being open. Them hands open, heart chakra open, everything just open, okay? You got to work on you in order to be able to do that, right? Boom. So that's where we are. So that wasn't as painful as I thought it was. I was able to explain that. I told him I could do this. So that is it. That's it for this one. We're gonna get in there on this healing stuff. Let's get our healing done so we can be ready. Yes, I'm trying to elevate y'all, and I want to see you guys. You're like vibrating way up here, like way up here. I want the lights to be like so blindingly bright, like Saturn can't miss it. Saturn cannot miss where you vibrating at. It's like, dang, need shades, need some sunglasses on to even look at you. We need that kind of vibration. Get in there. Let's get this healing done. Let's get this releasing done. You're going to see me pick up on posting things about cutting cords and stuff like that. I'll be posting a lot more of that kind of stuff because listen, this stuff, it's got to happen. I want to see everybody expanding. Like I love when I get updates in my inbox. People will inbox and say, hey, remember in the reading you told me da-da-da-da? And then they send me an update on their situation and something is like so much better. I love that. Oh, and if it's like something major that's like a big, like like major life altering thing, I'd be over here crying. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm a big old crybaby. I will be over here crying. When y'all be all happy and excited, y'all start crying. That's the empath part of me. I be crying too. Tiara, you can vibrate higher. Start with those gratitude statements every single day before you get going. Before you get out of your bed, say 3 things that you are thankful for. And then as you go through your routine, first thing in the morning, name 7 more things. So that's a total of 10 things. Write them down, as a matter of fact. Jot down 10 things that you are thankful for every single day, and try not to don't focus on writing down the same things. Just try to be random with it. 10 things that you are thankful for that day. Write those down. I've seen people even over a 7-day period feel their vibrations go up. Over the course of a month, that's now, for one thing, that has now become a habit in your life. So that's going to keep your vibrations going up. But for 2, anytime you're very, very focused on gratitude, it goes up. Second part to that. Okay. Second part to that. Affirmations, positive affirmations. I am statements. I have, I feel, I think, positive statements though. Say them as though it already is. So gratitude statements first, 10 gratitude statements. Sometimes it can be a little difficult when you're first starting if you're not used to doing them. So don't feel bad if you struggle, if all you can write down is 5. If that's all you can come up with the first time, that's fine. Just try to expand on it and get to the point where you're saying 10 of them every day. Then go into your affirmations. And you want to say at least 7 affirmations. We have seven main chakras. See those on this picture? You have 7 main chakras. Try to say 1 for every chakra every day. Help keep your chakras balanced and aligned. Okay. Those are the main things. Okay. That you can do to help yourself. And, keeping up with your meditations, clearing your space, music, get out into the sunlight. That's another one. Get out into the sunlight. Yeah. That's good. That's good. Basing them on the synchronicities. Oh, I am thankful for breathing, girl. When I open up my eyes, there's a window that's like right across from my bed. And I keep the curtain open on that window because I have a plant hanging up there. And so I see the sunlight in the morning, first thing. My very first thing is I'm thankful for seeing another day on this side of the realms, on this part. I'm thankful every day. And then I go through a list and I try to say something different every single time. Hi, Lilia. I try to say something different every time. And just, try to do it that way. Say your affirmations. Continue with your meditating. Get outside and connect though with nature. Get outside and connect. One of my favorite things to do is earthing. Take my shoes off and I put my feet right in the grass and just feel the energy from the earth. That's grounding, but grounding helps you raise your vibrations, helps stabilize you. And just clearing. Use your water. We talk about the power of water. Water carries vibrations. Water carries the vibrations of things around it. Think about if you put some water in a glass and you tap the side of that glass, you can see the water kind of shake, right? Water carries vibrations, and it gets deeper than that on a scientific level, but that's just like the visual. So water carries vibrations. Speak to your water. Speak your affirmations to your water. Hold your water, say your affirmations, and feed that energy into your water, and then drink your water. You're raising vibrations right there, and you're raising it on a massive level because your body is like 73% water. So you're feeding that into that. The water with the intentions is going in your body, mixing with that 73% of water. You can't help but vibrate higher. Use your water in the shower to clear out anything else at the end of the day when you take your shower. But let the water coming out of your shower head, you know, wash away anything negative and have it heal and cleanse and protect. Y'all be earthing every day, Nikki. Yes. Tiara, I do that. We have a field over on the other side of our house, like just an area that there's like a 1/4 acre of land over there that no, we don't use it for anything really. We keep the grass cut, so you know, snakes. But I go out there. I will go out there and sit. There's a fallen tree. When they cut it down, the way that it fell, my mom just really liked it. It's got all these branches that kind of stick off and kind of support it. So they cut around that and leave it. I'll go and sit on the tree. I will go and sit on the tree and meditate right there. And I'm connected to all of this nature. I sometimes kind of get lost and caught up in whatever wildlife is coming out to say hi. Like I look up, I've started, sometimes I'll put water out like in a dish over, there's like a tree line there. I'll put it over on the edge and then I'll just go and sit on the tree and I'll start meditating and something will say, open your eyes and look. And I open my eyes and look and there's 2 deer that come out of there all the time. And they will go right to the water dish like they just know it's there for them. Do that. There's a family of rabbits out there. So some of them will pop up sometimes. I tell them not to pop up when my uncle them are up here because they hunt. I'll be mad. I'll be upset. I'll be out there trying to kill my little furry friends. So with that said, guys, I am going to disappear. I stayed here way longer than I was supposed to. I always do because y'all know I'm long-winded and I like to ramble and y'all don't be helping me with that. So with that said, you guys have a beautiful, beautiful rest of the day. If you have readings that you ordered that I'm supposed to deliver to you today, I will be getting those to you in the next hour or 2. I am working on those and will have them out. Check the events on the page. There's some things coming up you may want to be a part of and all of that beautiful stuff. So you guys have a beautiful, beautiful rest of the day. Ashe.